To the left side of your screen is a tweet from Sergio Ramos, one of the most famous Spanish footballers in the world. So translated, what he's saying is that he's just arrived in New York City for a match. Except that the image that he's posted, this image right here, is of Las Vegas. So it's one of my favorite tweets ever, partly because of just how stupid it is, but mostly because of what it represents and what it made me realize when I first encountered it, which is that most of us live entirely on the English side of the internet. So if I draw a rectangle here to represent the entire internet, so this represents the entire internet, most of us just live in a small little quadrant with our fellow English speakers. But clearly there are whole other universes online with different humor, cultures, conversations, all of these things happening every single day that we never ever see. One of those universes, one that millions of people live in, is the Spanish-speaking one. So there might be another quadrant out here, and this is the Spanish side of the internet. And in this quadrant exists this tweet from Sergio Ramos, and millions of other tweets, memes, reels, podcasts, and general content just like it. And so that brings me to the point of this video, which is why learn Spanish? What's in it for you? The answer, in one word, and this is the reason why I have the map on the right side of the screen, is access. Specifically, access to all these countries in light green. So we have Spain up in Europe. We have Equatorial Guinea in Africa. We have 18 different countries spread across the Americas. And we have the territory of Puerto Rico. Across these areas are 500 million native speakers, native Spanish speakers. So when you've learned Spanish, you've gained access to everything that these countries and their natives are producing. So like we talked about before, you have something like Spanish Twitter. You have Spanish memes. You've gained access to different YouTube creators. You've gained access to different podcasts in Spanish. You've gained access to movies. You know, when you only speak English, there's a limit to how many films you can experience in their original language. So learning Spanish opens up so many more. Same thing is true for music. When you know Spanish, you can actually understand what artists like Bad Bunny and Shakira are actually saying. You've gained access to what I'll term the arts. So this might include literature and poetry. Suddenly, when you know Spanish, you can actually read authors like Gabriel Garcia Marquez and poets like Pablo Neruda in their own words, and not through the filter of translation that filters out so much of the work's richness. But maybe the most powerful part of learning Spanish isn't just necessarily all this media that we've talked about. So this is all media that you're able to consume. But there's also people that you're now able to connect with. At this point in your life, there might be X amount of people that you can potentially converse with and befriend and learn from. But when you learn Spanish, well, you've significantly increased the amount of people that you can do those things with. So that number might now look like X plus Y, where Y is actually this 500 million natives figure that we talked about earlier. And thus your life will invariably become richer, because now there's more people that you can converse with and learn from and befriend. So I hope that this sets the scene well for our journey of learning Spanish that's ahead of us, and justifies beginning that journey in the first place. I'm very, very excited to begin this journey with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be a substantive one in which we begin to actually learn the language.